All right, hi everybody. Wel-
Hi.
Welcome to episode 20 of the Ready Set Lag podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's me. You see me. And then on the
Yeah,
other side,
it's me.
that's yeah, that's
That's
that's the
the tech.
actually exactly
Yeah,
what he looks like.
that's me. Yeah, it is I.
It's an old picture of you, right? It's probably like 2 years old,
Yeah,
but that's you.
I was a little younger back then,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So, before we get into this episode of the podcast, if you guys like the podcast and you keep coming back and listening, like, review, 5 stars, go to the website, uh, tell all your friends. It really, really helps us. We got some big things planned. This is the last episode of the first season, the Ready Set Lag podcast, which means the next episode next week, things are going to be a little different. We're going to have a different format. And we can go ahead and say this because it's next episode. The podcasts are going to be live streamed. We're going to be talking
yeah.
to the chat. We're going to be doing answering questions at the end of the show. We're going to be gaming more. We're going to be doing live streams more. We've got the news articles on the website. We've got a lot of awesome things happening. So make sure you follow us on all social medias. Make sure you do all of those things. Yeah, pretty exciting. But Nick here wanted to start this episode with a story um, that's a little embarrassing of me.
No. Oh, like were you not?
Oh, it was not recording. No, no, no.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
So we're gonna start with a little gaming story here, right?
Yeah, just
Of me.
fun. Yeah, I thought we were gonna. I wanted to kind of open with it, but I mean, I'll still tell it.
Yeah, tell it. Let them know. Let them know
Yeah.
how dumb I used to be. Our
Oh.
English is hard. This wasn't even that long ago.
It
It's
was.
like,
Hold on. What year was it when Destiny 1 was released? It had to have been like God, I want to say like
was it Destiny
2016 or
1 or was it
something.
Destiny 2? Let's
No,
see.
it was definitely Destiny 1.
It was a pulse rifle.
Yeah, it was a pulse rifle. Let's see.
All right, let's see if it's on here because I don't remember it. No. No, no,
Oh
there
man, it
wasn't.
launched no, the first Destiny launched in 2014.
Yeah, but that wasn't on Destiny 1, that was Destiny 2.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Let's see.
I don't know, man. I'm getting older. I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, I think it was Destiny. I think this was on Destiny 2.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So it must have been like,
Oh, it had to be right when it started.
yeah. But anyway, Destiny 2 launches. We're playing, having a good time.
Uh-huh.
Uh and yeah, like we were big fans of the first Destiny, you
Huge
know.
fans. Played it way
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah, it kind of took over our lives like a virus. Anyway, Destiny 2 comes out, we're playing it, and suddenly you earn a pulse rifle, and you take a look at the name. Now the name is Tarantula, right?
Uh-huh.
But like you took a look at it, and you translated uh, your knowledge of English in your brain,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
what came out of your mouth was Tarantula.
Said it just like that too.
Yeah, actually, like big old Southern draw.
Yep.
But yeah, I kind of lie awake sometimes just thinking about that moment. I'm like, God, I'm glad I never had moments like that.
I'm just glad I wasn't live streaming or
Oh my God, I would have loved to have that.
I'm glad we didn't. Just
Oh man,
there's a lot of
you know what it is.
live streaming stuff that
You know what is out there. We were
what's up.
playing the forest, and you destroyed our house.
That is on there. That's clipped. I think it's one of the most viewed clips on my channel.
Oh man, we
Is
need
us.
to. I taught like I was in a stream with Kayla. I was in Kayla's stream, and she was like spending the entire time looking for that clip. She finally found it. But if you
Yeah.
ever want to like, I don't know, if you ever want to like dust that off and just like post that so people can see, because that was a hilarious moment.
That was playing the forest So if people don't know, if you guys are brand new to the podcast, I was a streamer before we kind of jumped into Ready Set Lag, and that's where audio knowledge, video knowledge, any of that stuff comes from the 4+ years of live streaming. And there was a couple games that me and Nick streamed all the way through, and The Forest was definitely up there as like one of my favorite like times of streaming ever. Probably one of my favorite times of gaming ever. You know, you
Yeah,
got
I mean,
Battlefield, The Forest,
I mean,
Subnautica, which that was solo, but Subnautica, Scum, Realm Royale, a bunch of games that were just super, super fun that I had a blast playing. But The Forest is up there for sure.
yeah, which obviously we're definitely playing that the sequel.
100%. But all right. Well, on to the news for today. That's why you guys listen to the podcast, not just to hear our voice, even though they are great, soothing,
Oh yeah,
robust.
yeah, we have robust
We have
voices.
robust voices. So I can't believe we have to talk about this. I can't believe this is a news article, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
a little disappointing here.
Santa Monica Studios ask gamers and developers alike to be treated with respect. Passion should not be toxic nor come at the expense of any human being's dignity. So
Well,
people have been sending unsolicited
yeah, but
naked pictures.
male
Yes.
anatomy pictures to the developers at Santa Monica Studio.
What is
Guys,
wrong with you?
stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, what is I don't understand like it's not funny obviously to the people who are like experiencing this. Like it's not funny and I don't mean to laugh at it, but how dumb do you have to be to
Oh
do
man.
something like that?
Well,
Like I
like
don't understand.
all this is gonna accomplish is like less communication between the developers and the fans.
Which is what this who was it? Monkey Island creator Ron Gilbert no longer going to talk about the upcoming release of Return to Monkey Island following online abuse. Listen, th- there's ways to communicate displeasure in the way a production of a game or whatever it is you're talking about. There's ways to do that that are actually helpful. This is not it. You don't
Yeah,
abuse, you don't, especially if it's you don't do it regardless, but small
like
studios taking their time. Like, obviously, we're just as upset about the God of War Ragnarok. I think it's going to be delayed. They said that it's still going to be on track for this year. I don't believe it. Um, still, like I said, I think it's going to be delayed, but that doesn't mean you do anything like that. Like, I don't know how how that even like pops into somebody's mind to do. I don't understand.
yeah, it's like I don't know. Like all it's doing is hurting the relationship between the developers and us as the consumer. Um and like the thing is like with us, we like you and I, with Ready Set Lag, we usually have voice art problem with like usually it's like the higher ups,
Yeah, it's the suits.
not the hard working developers who are running on like 2 hours of sleep a night, crunching
Yeah, trying
like
to make a game for us to enjoy.
yeah, it's just it's ridiculous. Like Santa Monica is calling for some patience, and I'm fully aware that as gamers, patience isn't really in our vocabulary.
It's not something we're very good at.
No, I don't. Can someone define it for me, please? No, it's like it's definitely like a virtue like a lot of gamers do lack. Unfortunately, I can understand like really wanting to hear something about the game, like it's been a while. I totally get it, but that does not warrant this level of abuse.
No.
It is absolutely not okay.
Like I said, I don't even understand how being impatient for a game or being mad at a developer would even like why is that your go-to?
Mhm.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like it's not going like literally sending like these pictures and stuff out is not going to get them to release anything sooner. It's not going
It
at
wouldn't make
all.
anybody do anything.
No,
Like
it's
that's
just
the
gonna
part I don't understand. Like it's not even like I don't understand it. I don't even know how
it
to.
it's only like I said, it only hurts the relationship between developers and the consumers. But we got a statement here. Santa Monica Studio had tweeted out every single person at Santa Monica Studio is working to create a game that we're proud of, one that we hope you will enjoy playing once released. Our fans inspire us, and we understand the passion and desire for more information. But that passion should not be toxic nor come at the expense of any human being's dignity. Let's celebrate our community by treating each other, every gamer and developer alike, with respect. Very well said.
I'm sorry that they even had to say it.
Yeah, it really is a shame.
Like I don't you're whoever is the people that did that, you're an idiot.
Yeah, like we're not afraid to call out like we said, like the suits, like the toxic people who work in the gaming industry, but we are not afraid to call out toxic fans either.
Yeah, idiots.
Absolute that knock it off. This is not okay.
And once again, I don't understand how we have to even talk about it.
Yeah, it's a
But
shame
here
that
we are.
we have to say it.
All right. Well, like I said, I think God of War is going to be delayed. Be prepared for that, but don't be an idiot. So,
Yeah.
moving on, EA's new Seattle studio is hiring for the next Battlefield single player campaign. Thank God.
Yeah. It seems like with like a lot of shooters, the quality, like they're even like getting rid of campaigns in general. Like we're not really seeing much of that anymore. But
Which
uh
here's what I don't like. Right, you have
mhm,
you have a multiplayer focused game, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, any of those like super competitive multiplayer games.
mhm,
The campaign to me, like obviously Battlefield, I play through the campaign one time, jump into the multiplayer, and never think about the
never
single
go
player
back.
again.
Well,
But it sets the stage for the entire experience.
yeah, well, like I remember back in the day, people were always like, "Oh, I play Call of Duty for the campaign and Battlefield for the multiplayer." And the thing is like we haven't really seen a good quality like story campaign from a military shooter in I guess a while. At least
Well,
not me. But
Modern Warfare had a really really good single player
yeah,
experience.
I heard some iffy things about what was it? The that newer Black Ops game, Cold
Oh,
War.
Cold War. Yeah, I never played it.
Yeah.
I haven't
Um,
played. I haven't played a Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare. I most likely will be playing the newest one for this channel. But I wouldn't buy it if we weren't doing it.
right. Well, I know a lot of people are really just the, gamers just want a Bad Company 3.
That's yeah.
That's what but, like I remember I'd never played the Bad Company games, but I remember you talking to me about them and how you absolutely loved the story
So
from Bad
like
Company.
we've said it before, like my kind of introduction into the Battlefield games was Battlefield 2. Like that's the first one that I actually played. But the first one that I really got into where I was sitting down and playing for like hours and hours was Bad Company 2. And then obviously I talked you into getting 3,
Oh, and thank you for doing that.
and 3 just took over. Like that's all we played, that's all we thought about. And then 4 came out, terrible launch, but ended up being arguably one of the better Battlefield entries. And then we played a little bit of Battlefield 1.
Yeah. And then I think after, well, completely skipping over Hardline.
Yeah, that one doesn't count.
Yeah.
Even though Battlefield Hardline had a solid launch. Um, Never played it. It didn't
Mhm.
really. Well, I no, I'm sorry. I played it. It just didn't feel like a Battlefield game.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know if it was you, but I was told to just like hold off on that and not get it. So I haven't really I never played that one. But after that, I think it was Battlefield 1. Had a
hmm
blast with that.
that was a good game.
Yeah, and then
That was the last Battlefield feeling Battlefield game. 100%.
yeah. And then what was it?
Battlefield
Was it
5.
yeah, Battlefield 5 came out and then now we have 2042 which has been a complete mess since launch. Which
I would
I
take,
have
dude. I
heard
would take a Battlefield 5 over 2042 any day of the week.
I have
2042 is
heard
terrible.
that the player count has gone up a little bit and has been pretty steady since they launched the new content.
Apparently, that new map is great.
Yeah,
Apparently, it's
yeah,
fantastic. But once again, so there was a dev blog with the new update, and they were basically saying they'd been working on this map prior to the launch of the game. So if you've been working on this since before the game launched, why are we just getting one map? You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I've still not played it. I don't even want to use the space on my hard drive, or one of the 3 hard drives I have for Battlefield. So maybe I bought the gold edition. Maybe I should be playing it a little more to try to get some of the money I put into it. But yeah, don't buy it. Still don't buy it. Don't buy the season pass. Once again, I just wish they would just let it go. You know what I mean? I wish there wasn't any kind of like law where they promised, so probably would get into some legal trouble, but I wish they would just let it go. Move on to the
Yeah,
next one.
it's well, I mean, maybe this lack of content that they released is sort of like them like, oh, here's the thing we obligatorily have to give to you.
Yeah, they have
But
3 more, I think. They have to
yeah,
do three updates or 3 season passes or something like that.
yeah, obviously I think, EA and DICE know that this game is pretty much like one foot in the grave.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess that's why we're hearing about like, all right, we're ready to hire for the next Battlefield game.
Which they've already been
Um,
working on, so hopefully
we'll,
it's
we'll see how that turns out.
hopefully it's not the hero shooter. But from
Yeah,
what I'm thinking with how
God,
bad 2042 kind of straying from the Battlefield formula went, I don't think they're going to do that. I think it's going to be a
go back to
mainline.
classes.
Yeah,
Go back to classes.
I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But all right, so now on to some X-Fire. Oh, just Ray giving us the articles all the time, dude. Once again, you listen to the
MVP.
podcast, you send us a DM. You're
Come
on the
over for
next
dinner.
show. Yeah, come on, I'll cook you a steak.
Mm.
Sucker Punch claims to have no plans to make a new Sly Cooper or Infamous game. Let me tell you something. I do not care about Infamous, right? But Sly
Oh man.
Cooper, oh,
Well, like why they're probably doing this.
Ghost of Tsushima too.
Absolutely. They want to foot. Ghost of Tsushima is honestly, I could probably confidently just say that it is one of the best games I've ever played.
It's
I
up
had
there.
I had so much fun with it. And it saw a lot of success, and it even got Player's Choice Game of the Year that year.
Which means it was Game of the Year.
That was Game of the Year, yes. So yeah, obviously they're going to want to put as much of their resources into making a sequel for that game as possible. So I completely understand. It is a little sad. I do love the Infamous games, and I have a love for Sly Cooper. Very nostalgic.
I loved all the Sly Cooper games.
So
But
good.
so the reason they put this out there though is because there's been a lot of rumors going around about Sly Cooper and about Infamous and all that kind of stuff. And I know that that's true because I've been like waiting on them to announce another Sly Cooper game for a long time, going off of those rumors. Seemed like every couple months or a year or so there'd be something. It'd come up and it'd be like new Sly Cooper game
Well,
leaked or something like that, and I'd get really really excited, and then it just never happened.
well, you did hear about like they had a movie planned.
A Sly
Did you
Cooper
hear?
movie.
Yeah, you can watch like the trailer is on YouTube like right now. You can go watch that. It
Did it,
looks
it just
it
got it get canned?
I guess so. Like I haven't really heard anything about it. Like the trailer actually looked really good. Um but yeah, to for Sucker Punch to like not be working on either of these because these are Sly Cooper and Infamous are like heavy hitters, right? Like they're actually big games.
Like I love
So
Sly, but Infamous is probably a heavier hitter than Sly Cooper. Maybe
yeah,
if
it's
they had
like
a kept releasing Sly Cooper games,
yeah, because
it might have
Sly
been.
Cooper's a little older.
But Infamous Second
Um
Son, dude, crazy good game.
yeah, had a lot of fun with that. But yeah, like for them to be able to like pull all of these resources away from making like those games, like they have to be focusing on Ghost of Tsushima 2, and they're probably making it like huge.
Well, it says in other news, multiple job listings suggest that Sucker Punch is working on a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
and
it's
live action adaptation of Ghost of Tsushima.
mm,
So and a Ghost of Tsushima PC port,
oh yeah,
which they're
I'd li-
all of Sony's games are eventually going to go to PC now.
yeah.
Confidently, I 100%
Do you
without a doubt.
do you think that, like, this brings up a good point? Do you think, bottom line, this is going to hurt them more because they're like get pretty much they're pretty much giving away like their biggest sellers, like their console sellers?
No, I think it's, you have the when did Ghost of Tsushima come out? 2019, 2018,
20,
2020,
yeah,
somewhere around there?
18 or 19
18
around
or
there.
19. It's not come to PC yet. The people who really wanted to play Ghost of Tsushima have played Ghost of Tsushima, right? So
Mhm.
by having that long of like a gap in between releasing them on PC, you've already gotten the money you're going to get out of people who would buy a console to buy the game.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's
now
a good
you're
point.
just adding additional revenue by releasing on PC. Because now you're
Okay.
opening it up to people who be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that game, but I wasn't going to buy a PlayStation for it. I'll spend $40 and get it on PC." Just like God of War.
So, yeah, so, like, these Xbox fans that are like, "Oh, haha, the PlayStation fanboys are mad because their
No,
games are
dude, it's
coming
just
over."
extra
No, like,
money.
Sony's actually making more of a profit by
Yeah.
making that kind of so when the new God of War launches, more than likely, it's gonna stay on the PS5 for a few years, and
Yeah, it's
then
probably.
maybe they'll add it to the
I
PC.
think with the new games coming out, right? So I think for like God of War and Horizon, I would say about a year to 2 years probably just on PlayStation, and then they'll probably
You know,
move to.
once they see the sales, just significantly, like, plateau and then dip, that's probably whenever they're gonna be like, "Alright, we'll do a PC port."
Yeah, I think it's definitely it's just additional money for them. I think that, like I
Yeah,
said, the people who are gonna buy a PlayStation just to play like God of War or Horizon, they're gonna do that within the first couple years if they're gonna do
yeah.
it. So, um, so on to the last article. This is the last time.
That
The
we're gonna talk
last
about
time we're
this.
gonna talk about this because
Probably.
most likely Diablo Immortal is making more than $1 million per day.
Despite criticism, for the love of God, people, stop. Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah. So my dogs just went nuts.
Yeah, I heard that.
They're still going nuts.
Oh, good lord.
But Diablo Immortal making more than $1 million per day.
Yeah.
There's, I don't know what they're barking at, but I'm not editing this because this is too
Ooh,
much with the video synchronizing things up. We're not doing it. They can just bark. Somebody probably walked outside on the steps, and so they went
alright,
nuts.
so this information is coming from App Magic. Yeah, data from App Magic, published by mobilegamer.biz. And according to the data, the mobile entry in the Diablo franchise, which was released last month, has sustained a steady stream of revenue despite ongoing criticism from fans of the series.
Yeah.
Like,
So I just want to go ahead and warn you right now. We were talking. I was driving home and I called him and we were talking about this article. Um, this is why this is going to go into everything Blizzard makes now,
yeah,
right?
because like
Because it doesn't matter how much you pan and criticize a game, people are going to pay this amount of money every day for their game. So why do they care what criticism you're giving them? You're already spending the money. Like we've said a million times, you're voting with your wallet that this stuff is okay. So why does Blizzard care that their game's got a point 0.5 on Metacritic if they're making $1 million per day?
no,
No.
absolutely not. Like, and you brought it up earlier. From a business standpoint,
It makes no
like,
sense to stop.
yeah, like, why wouldn't you keep doing this if people? I guess, like, I guess the secret is to just you've said before, the game is actually good. Like, the
Oh,
game's
Earlier this month, the game's Metacritic user score dropped to 0.2 out of 10.
Well, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It really does not matter because people are still spending money on this predatory garbage.
And they're going to keep doing it. It's going to be in Diablo 4. If it's not in Diablo 4, I'm going to be shocked.
And if you don't think other companies are looking and seeing what's happening
They're like,
and that they won't put it in their games,
$1 million
you are
a day.
you are insane.
Yeah, 100%. This is the new normal. We're going to criticize it every single time that we see it.
Which,
But
like we said, this is probably like it'll probably be the last time we talk about this for a while because we're kind of just talking in circles
yeah,
every time.
I mean, you guys like, I mean, hopefully the people that listen to this podcast aren't doing this, but if you know somebody who is, ReadySetLag.com, send them over, tell them to listen to this episode. This is what's wrong with games. This is why FIFA and Madden and the 2K games are so successful. It's because we sit here and scream it that this is ruining games, but then they make $1 million per day. Why would they stop? So
Exactly.
stop
And,
buying it.
Yep, they're going to keep doing this. They're going to keep implementing this into their games because they're not listening to your criticism. They're not listening to what you're posting in the forums. They're not listening to what you're posting on Metacritic. They're listening to the money. They're listening to that little cha-ching that they get every time someone buys a microtransaction.
Oh,
That's what
dude,
they're listening to.
we didn't talk about this. This is an article we got that we posted, but there's it's a thing going around about a Web3 game console. Have you heard about that?
No.
So it's a new, the whole Web3 stuff doesn't make any sense to me. I love technology. I don't understand NFTs. I don't understand crypto stuff, so I won't even talk about it. But what I will say is that they're talking about all these games coming out, and guess, like they have a console, so it looks like basically like a Stadia, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a controller. Guess what button's on the controller?
I have no idea.
A wallet button. This is real, like, I'll post it in the description. I'll post the article so you can read it because we don't have it pulled up in front of us. But I meant there. I knew there was an article.
Serious?
Did you see it? Or you pulled it up?
No. Hold on. Let me see
pull it up. It's got a wallet button to easily access your Coinbase wallet. I don't know if it's Coinbase. It's one of those. I don't know.
Where did you send it to me? Where is it?
Hold on, I'll find it.
That is
Web3
nuts.
Game.
You know what? It's not nuts. I'm not,
console.
honest to God, I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, there's rumors that Sony's going to be putting actual like advertisements in the middle of
the console wallet button. Yeah, Web3 blockchain console announced, but no games.
God.
I'll pull this one out. So they have there's actually a couple games. I'll find a better article to post, or I might just post like some tweets. It's literally it's literally the GameCube logo just turned around. Good news. If you like 4K gaming with ray tracing, 120 FPS, and blockchain NFTs, this is the console for you.
It's an NFT console.
NFT console. So this is the kind of stuff, right, that we've been talking about, that we've been saying is going to happen. And it's happening, right? And it's one of those things that I feel like no matter how much we scream about this stuff and how much we say, like, hey, this is ruining video games, like, hopefully, like, the stuff we're talking about, like, it kind of, like, it helps somebody, like, somebody realize, like, oh, I should probably stop spending money on this. But this stuff's happening, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like eventually it's not going to be like, hey, we're going to stop microtransactions or, like, the really hefty Diablo Immortal $110,000 to fully upgrade a character type stuff. Hopefully we can stop that, but I feel like more it's just going to be like us weeding our way through like studios who really care about video games and trying to promote those games instead of Like I eventually feel like the AAA space is going to be like this, like NFT, like microtransaction, Web3 heavy stuff, and it's
Dude,
like I don't
don't
want that.
like I'm gonna cry. Like don't say that. I
I
hate
feel like it's going to happen.
ugh. Like I'm telling you, man, it's like it's the indie developers who are passionate and love making video games. Like that,
That's the ones we gotta support. And I feel like
yeah,
eventually, like with us doing, um, Ready Set Lag, the podcast, and then also the stuff that we want to do, with the website and with like the entertainment side. We're going to be spotlighting these indie devs who truly care about games and who want to make like memorable, enjoyable experiences. Like that's definitely going to be something that we're going to really push.
And we've said it before. Another like one of the reasons we started this was to inspire other people, other gamers like us, to basically just come into this industry
Yeah.
and become like the leaders.
That's what
Like,
we're trying to be the leading website for gaming news and things to avoid and things that it's worth spending your money on. And so that's what we're trying to do. But like I said, we're gonna have to start spotlighting these indie devs because I feel like I said, and it's not all AAA development teams. Like there's still some pretty passionate game devs and studios that have the money to make those huge AAA games.
yeah, but
Um,
the best way we're gonna be able to do that is if our listeners spread the word.
Yeah, definitely let all your friends know about the podcast. Let them know about the website. Um, Let them know that subscribe to the YouTube. We're going to be doing a lot more
Getting
entertainment
more
side.
involved, more community oriented sort of things.
Dogs are going nuts again, dude. Someone's just walking up and down the steps, guaranteed.
Oh, they're just scared little babies.
Yeah, they just like great alert dogs.
Yeah, great.
Fantastic. But yeah. Anyways, still going nuts back there. But that's it for the this episode 20, last episode of season 1.
They're
They're
still
going
going.
nuts, dude. I mean, I can't like what I'm just gonna walk in there and if I sit down, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's aware," and they're just gonna start barking even more. So it's like I don't really know what to do. I'm not editing it out. This is just
No,
it's just in the podcast.
this is just us. This is what we have. Uh, you usually would remove that or like delete it. So like, hopefully you got. I would just want to let you know I appreciate everything you do as the editor because
Dude,
that's
I'm
like
trying, man. I'm trying. But yeah, like we said at the beginning, if you guys like the podcast, uh rate it, subscribe, talk to us on Twitter. You've been killing it on Twitter recently. I saw the memes.
thank you. I
Been doing
live
a
there.
great job.
Just I'm posted up on Twitter like constantly, just trying to like you know just interacting with everybody. I just posted a poll if you guys would like to, we could. Well, actually, I don't know. By the time this comes out, it's gonna be over. But I like to post polls and get people's like opinions and thoughts, and yeah, like I'm really trying to delve into it, and
And eventually all that stuff will be incorporated into the podcast. So like
yeah,
the polls and all that kind of stuff when we get a little bit bigger of a sample base for the things, like we'll be talking about that stuff that we post polls on. And there's a lot of ideas, a lot of things that are going to be happening. And if you guys enjoy that, like I said, definitely come subscribe to the YouTube, 5-star rating or a 1-star rating. I don't Let us know. You know what I mean? If the dogs are annoying, there's nothing I can do. They're cute. I don't know what to tell you, right? I don't know. There's nothing I can do about that. But yeah, that's all I got. You got anything?
appreciate all of your support. We from the bottom of our hearts. I know
Absolutely.
we both really appreciate all the love that we get from you guys. And looking forward to what the future is going to hold. Season 2
Absolutely.
coming up. Man, it has been a journey.
It
You
has,
know,
dude. 20 episodes in. It's been about what was it, 6 months maybe, if that long?
oh man, it's got to be like I think we started setting everything up November of last year, but we've been active on the podcast. I want to say for about 4 or 5 months. I think.
Yeah. It's been, I mean, a lot of movement, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of trying to figure things out and get things right.
Yeah, we've
And it'll
slowly
keep happening.
yeah, like we're slowly growing, but we've man, I'm proud of us. We've been staying really consistent.
That's the key,
Uh,
dude. Consistency.
yeah, sound it out.
Yeah, phonetically.
Yeah. But yeah, very excited for what the future is going to hold for Ready Set Lag. And thank you again to all of you for listening and supporting us in any way you can. It means a lot. And as always, remember, we love you.
Love you so much. Bye.